Kathryn Dennis, listen, we started this summer from the Vault series earlier this summer. Wasn't sure how it was going to go, but everyone seems to say it's a big hit you guys loved. We've had Claudia Jordan on. We've had Juicy Joe, and now this is a never before heard. This has never aired. It's never aired audio. It's never aired on Patreon. It's never aired on YouTube. Never before aired chat with Kathryn Dennis. Why are certain things in the vault never before heard? Well, that's a great question. Come to the next live show. Everybody gets a question. You can ask anything you want. We cannot plead the fifth. That's a great question. But this is a from the vault, never before heard chat with the one and only Kathryn Dennis, recorded at a previous time. Now we get into, of course, Southern Charmed, highs and lows, her relationship with the boys, Patricia. But look, we get into a lot of other things. You guys know, it's not always a softball interview. It's really not a softball interview ever here on Behind the Velvet Rope. We get into things. I, first of all, love Kathryn. Like, can I just be biased? Love. Very kind, gentle soul. That is how I felt this chat with Kathryn was. But we get into it. We talk about Thomas, custody, the kids, sobriety, rumors. There's a lot of other rumors about her and the hit and run at the school. What was that, like a year ago, a year or 2 years ago? We cover it all. So kick back, relax from the vault, never before heard chat with Miss Kathryn Dennis from Southern Charm begins right now. I don't even
I
want to
used
see
to
this.
like it and be like, wow, or like little responses like that. But at this point, I got like 45 unread. Okay. I assume they understand.
Like,
At some
stop.
point, you're just like signing out.
What about like this recent thing where it's all over? Like, I don't even, where it says, like, Kathryn, like, hit and run that you hit this officer picking up your at school. Okay. We'll move on from that question. What do you want? But, besides, I know it's
Yeah,
clear
the
that,
can't be in there at all, for sure.
okay. It's
No
clear.
headlines. No headlines.
It's clear that you love your children so much. What else do you want people to know that, like, you feel is not clear when people hear the name Kathryn Dennis?
I don't know if there's nothing that's not clear. I think I'm pretty transparent. I think that I haven't really been as active online for the last several months, but that's because I'm figuring out my own self and like it's been amazing and crazy and hard and fun and weird and sad and amazing. But the future is good and I'm excited for it. And like, I hope that everyone out there is doing amazing still and that they like the show, that the season's going well, and that I know I'm not there, but like I hope it's still good, you know?
It is still good, but there is part of me, and I think a lot of people
Oh,
that
I
are
guess I
like,
should be asking you to tell me what it's like, because all I really know is like, that little drama with like Taylor and Austin.
Taylor and
Taylor's a bad friend.
Austin.
She's a bad friend. But is it good or what's going on?
Well, listen, it's a good season, but there is part of me that feels Kathryn Dennis is the star of Southern Charm.
Really?
And I do. I'm not just saying that because you're here. I
They're trying to
feel,
replicate me through Taylor. They're just trying to have her be the new me. Or at least a lot of messages in my inbox say that.
yeah, I think that you just naturally made great TV because you were yourself. And I think they're trying to turn Taylor into like a villain, which was the role that they painted you in when you were there.
Yeah, I yeah, disappointing.
Would you go back? Like I said, like if someone said, hey, listen, you're going to have to go film with Cam and all these people that you had problems with, but let's just rewind the clock to the old days of Southern Charm.
The good old classic days.
Mm-hmm.
Would would I do it?
Yeah, you and Cam. Someone wants that, the two
I
of
mean,
you back.
I don't know. I think that it would be hard for me to invite any more controversy into my life. But if it were in the spirit of doing a show, yeah, let's squash it, girl. Like, I don't know why it was ever the way it was to begin with.
It's like let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, like, I do not live in the past. I can't. And if I lived in the future, I'd be miserable. I'm in the now, and all that matters is like what's happening right in this minute, because that's all that people mean anyway, usually, is what's happening in that moment. Did, listen, when you hear people give you promises when you're young, telling you that everything, like, you're gonna be safe if you know you were to have children with this person, they tell you don't worry, everything's gonna be fine, and then you're sitting here years later where you've lost everything. I mean, that shit fucks with you. That is some really, really messed up stuff. So, super complicated, but like, I don't know. Yeah, anyways.
It's complicated and fucked up, but like at the same time, do you
It's
ever
like
have a
fascinating.
yeah, and like you have a day where you're like, okay, Katherine, like it seems to me like you're hard on yourself, right? Like you
Really? Oh, yeah, I'm very hard on myself. I think at some point when someone starts putting things out there about you way in the beginning before anyone knows you, at some point people naturally assume there's smoke where there's fire. When that goes on for years and years and years and years, you eventually start to question your own identity, because you're being told so much over and over and over and over and over again that you're someone you're not, but you're being told that you were that person. Like, and it's a bad person, and you're not that person. I mean, eventually, like, it seeps into your every being, like chronic pain, disease, sadness, sickness, everything, family. It infects your family.
that makes complete sense to me. I mean, if you are told something by someone over and over and
You
over,
can't help but
eventually
not, you can't help but internalize those accusations. And the feeling of shame is the freaking worst in the whole world. Shame and guilt. And when you can't escape some story that you're stuck in, that isn't even like, you just want to get out of it. And I know that I will one day. But it's hard. It's hard.
it's hard when you're going through it, but just think one day you will look back at this time and say, man,
Exactly. No, for sure. Isn't that right, little dude?
and then you will appreciate where you are and thank God I'm not in the thick of it, right?
Absolutely. And I will show this next generation that, like, you can eat shit
You
for
can say it.
all the kinds, right? You might have to work in it, whatever. But you can get through it. Sometimes the only way is through it. Like, you just got to keep going, man. Like, that's all I do. People are like, how you do it? I don't know. I just keep going. I just keep going because I have faith in myself. I have faith in my character, my heart, and I just know that God's got my back no matter what, because I know me. I know me. And this, if nothing else, leaving the show has been more humbling than anything. I have been humbled down to my roots, and I realize that they're good, and I'm growing back from them organically.
Do you think you would have been able to grow organically to your roots and be humble like if you were still on the show? Or do you think like you see growth really because you're not on the show and it's a different thing?
I don't know. I can't really answer that. I'm not really sure. I think that I've had realizations on and off. In this particular phase, which I can't speak to necessarily because it's not over. Like, I'm still in the whole transitional time of figuring it all out. But yeah, I don't know. I think that it can be good and bad. It's what you make of it. And some people fall for it and some people don't. And the people that don't usually are the ones that suffer. The people that do succeed. But it's all up to the people like me to find the balance and try and bring us all back to it.
What about, you talk about like this show that you would love to do like behind the scenes and show people what really happens on reality TV, which I think people really would love to
Like,
hear. But like, what about, like Bethany Frankel is now doing her reality reckoning, and she spoke to Vanity Fair, and there's this Vanity Fair article about all the mistreatment and exploitation that went on, that goes on at Bravo throughout the years. What do you think about all that?
I think that I would like to stay completely separate from any type of anything other than what is coming out of like my mouth, because that's all that I have anymore.